February 26th. I tried one of those poems that looks like what it's about. Wow, look at this poem. My Yellow Dog by Jack. Look how every word and part of the poem is working together. What do you notice? What do you think the theme of this poem might be? The message? March 1st. Yes, you can type up the Yellow Dog poem that looks like a dog, but this time keep the spaces exactly the same, and maybe it would look really, really good on yellow paper. Maybe you could put my name on it, but only if you want to, only if you think it looks good enough. March 7th. I was a little embarrassed when people said things to me like, "Neat poem, Jack," and "How do you think of that, Jack?" And I really, really like the one you put up about the tree that is shaped like a tree. Not a fake looking tree, but like a real tree with straggly branches. But I want to know, who is the anonymous poet in our class who wrote that, and why didn't he or she want to put his or her name on it? Was it like me when I didn't think my words were poems? Maybe you will tell the anonymous tree poet that his or her tree poem is really a poem. Really, really a good poem, too. March 14th. That was the best poem you read yesterday by Mr. Walter Dean Myers. The best poem ever. I'm sorry I took the book home without asking. I only got one spot on it. That's why the page is torn. I tried to get the spot out. I copied that best poem and hung it on my bedroom wall, right over my bed, where I can see it when I'm lying down. Maybe you could copy it too and hang it on the wall in our class. Where can we see it when we are sitting at our desks doing our stuff? I sure like that poem by Mr. Walter Dean Myers called Love That Boy, because of two reasons I liked it. One is because my dad calls me in the morning just like that. He calls, "Hey there, son." And also because when I had my yellow dog, I loved that dog, and I would call him like this. I'd say, "Hey there, Sky." His name was Sky. March 22nd. My yellow dog followed me everywhere. Every which way I turned, he was there, wagging his tail and slobber coming out of his mouth when he was smiling at me, all the time as if he was saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you for choosing me," and jumping on me, his shaggy, straggly paws on my chest, like he was trying to hug the insides right out of me. And when us kids were playing outside, kicking the ball, he'd chase after it and push it with his nose. Push, 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 and getting slobber all over the ball. But no one cared because he was such a funny dog, that dog Sky, that straggly, furry, smiling dog Sky. And I'd call him every morning, "Hey there, Sky." March 27th. Yes, you can type up what I wrote about my dog Sky, But don't type up that other secret one I wrote. The one all folded up in the envelope with tape on it. That one uses too many of Mr. Walter Dean Myers' words. And maybe Mr. Walter Dean Myers would get mad about that. April 4th. I was very glad to hear that Mr. Walter Dean Myers is not the sort of person who would get mad at a boy for using some of his words. And thank you for typing up my secret poem, the one that uses so many of Mr. Walter Dean Myers' words. And I like what you put at the top, inspired by Walter Dean Myers. That sounds good to my ears. Now, no one will think I just copied because I couldn't think of my own words. They will know I was inspired by Mr. Walter Dean Myers. But don't put it on the board yet, okay? Is Mr. Walter Dean Myers a live person? And if he is, do you think he could come over to our city, to our school, to our class? And if he did, we should hide my poem with his words, hide it real good, just in case he would get mad about that.